Now, videos of the aftermath of a suspected chemical attack on the rebel-held northwestern province of Syria's Idlib is now out on the social media as well. The footage shows how members of Syrian civil defense group known as White Helmets sprayed people believed to be the victims of the attack with water. In fact, dozens of children are seen lying on the ground as well as rescue workers deliver medical aid. Reportedly, around 100 people, including children, have been killed in this deadly attack that rocked Syria. However, the Syrian army has denied any involvement. World leaders expressing shock and outrage at reports of a suspected chemical attack in northwestern Syria as well. One of the UK officials suggested it amounts to a war crime. The activists have said that Syrian regime has been responsible for these deadly chemical attacks, leading the United Nations to replace a scheduled Security Council session for Syria as well. Also getting to reports from Washington to London to Jerusalem, leaders have denounced the reports of airstrike, which if proven true could be one of the deadliest chemical attacks in Syria, because Russia has claimed that it had no warplanes in the vicinity. Assad has said that the military is not involved. Syrian president has said there is no chemical weapons that been used. They have in fact blamed the rebels for the carnage. But we're also getting a reaction from US President Donald Trump. Today's chemical attack in Syria is against innocent people. Also joining us is Awad, senior journalist. Mr. Awad, thank you for speaking to India Today. Can you take us through what exactly happened?
Well, actually, according to the Syrian government version and the Russian just now, they have already confirmed that there was a storage of armed ammunition in one of the position among the terrorist organization of Al-Nusra, which is affiliated to Al-Qaeda. And it was attacked by by the jet, in which there was a chemical weapon inside, and that leaked into the area. And the Syrian government nor the Russian have anything to do with the chemicals, because they have already denied using it before and after, and never in the future.
So around, we're given to understand that children are also among those injured. What's the casualty number that we're looking at?
Well, I think the casualty keep on rising, because on the ground, the only source of information is Al-Nusra affiliated to White Helmet there also, which is also doing, they call themselves are the NGOs and helping the Syrian people, including Al Jazeera, which is also part of the Al-Qaeda there, that they are already get this information. So the figure keep on rising according to their own sources. But according to what we have officially heard, there are around 40 people and around 150 are affected by this.
All right, Mr. Awad, also it's interesting because the Syrian army has said we are not behind this attack. Also getting a reaction from Russian Defense Ministry, which has said none of its jets carried out the airstrikes in the area. They're trying to blame it on rebels. What more information do we have about who's behind the chemical attack?
Well, there is no chemical attack. I'm just trying to tell you, because the Syrian government have already submitted report 2 weeks ago to the UN weapon agency, and they have a chemical weapon agency, in which even to the UN, they have already stated that there are already sneaked gas poisonous into the area by the terrorist organization, and they have given the evidence to the UN agencies. In fact, even Simon Hirsch have said about it during his book, when he's talked about the American Hillary Clinton helping the rebels and the terrorists in Libya to smuggle the sarin with the help of the Saudis and the Qataris and the Turks.
So, Mr. Awad, you're saying that there is no chemical attack, and it's an attack by the rebels?
No, there is no
because of the poisonous
attack.
Gas which is targeted innocent civilians?
No. The ammunition were kept there. They are used for manufacturing rockets launched by these terrorist organizations. Let us not forget there is more than 1,000 terrorist organizations inside Idlib, and there are more than 50,000 mercenaries are inside. Now, whom sources we have to on the ground to get this information when they are themselves fighting among each other, and they already admitted earlier that they have been attacked on this by the chemical weapons. So how? But
don't you believe there should be an independent investigation into the entire incident now?
I fully support any kind of investigation to find out that why should the innocent Syrian being killed because of this dirty war on Syria. We wanted to find an independent agency who can really go inside and let these terrorists allow those agencies to go inside and find out how the chemical were used and where the bombing. You remember that attack 3 years ago when the Syrian government invited the UN agencies to come and investigate in the Idlib attack by the sarin gas, which is smuggled by the Qataris. The UN sent its team to Damascus, and immediately there was another attack in Damascus, near to Ghouta, the urban of Damascus. And then at that time, they refused even to investigate on the Idlib, but they were only
so call for an independent investigation is needed. Mr. Awad, appreciate you joining us, because there are two versions, that these are attacked by rebels. The other version is it's the attack by the Assad regime. First up, here are some reactions also that we're getting from the witnesses.
ايوه
قذيفة طلع فيها دخان كثير.
ايوه
طلع فيها معها دخان كثير وصار ريحة. ضاق نفسنا كثير، ما عاد نحسن نتنفس. خلقنا صارت الضيق، خلقنا ما عاد نتنفس، نحسن نتنفس.
كنا نايمين في البيت، ضرب بين الساعة 6 الصبح للسبعة. ضرب طلعت لسه عالم ولا كيباع ولا منبر الكيماوي. طلعت اسعفنا عالم ولسه على الريحة.
We have all seen the reports of the terrible chemical weapons attack in Syria. I'd like to inform the Council that the Presidency intends to convene a meeting in briefing format here in the open chamber tomorrow at 10 a.m. to discuss the attack. We will move our briefing and consultations on Colombia to the afternoon so that we can have this emergency meeting, and we are hoping to get as much information on the Syrian attack as we can.